Hello and welcome. I'm the Autistic Modeler. Today we're going to be building the AMT 76 Nova PromStreet. Round 2 Models was nice enough to send this over for us to do a full build and review. Come on over, let's take a look at it.
The Autistic Modeler is proud to be partnered with Round 2 Models, the makers of great kits from AMT, MPC, and Polar Lights. Get yours today.
Well, all right. Well, if you're a big fan of the show, you know I love the box art. I really enjoy it. Well, first, let's take a look at that. We got some Nova there, peeling rubber, big old scooper on the front there. Really neat artwork. That's pretty cool, reminiscent of the 70s style there. On the side, we got Innovator, Nova on the license plate, a red and black, big old slickers on it. Some Go Fast stickers there. Header poking out, pretty cool. On the other side, you got this looks like an engineering diagram. That's kind of cool. Has some information there, drawing number and scale. That's pretty neat. I like that. And then here's what you get on the back. We want to take a look at that, freeze frame that. All right, let's get to the plastic. First, here's that Nova body. Looks pretty good. It's a hatchback, which Novas, I want to say this Disco era Nova are kind of rare as a hatchback, so that's kind of neat. Looks pretty good. No problems there. Looks really nice. And then here's our interior. You see it's got those widened fender wells in there for the PromStreet version. Pretty cool. Snaps right on there. There's our chassis. Wide there. Pretty neat. Plain looking gas tank. Not much detail on that. And then here's our hood and our front suspension pieces. Oh, gotta have a CB, right? Nothing's incomplete there like the 70s CB. And then there's antennas. There's our hood there. It's got hood pins made onto it. And if you want to cut a hole in the hood, it's got a mark there for you. Pretty neat. And then this is our dashboard. It's got a pretty nice engraving on it. You can see that right there. This is the rear panel for the taillights. It says Nova. The front fender wells. Firewall there, radiator supports, and wheel attachments. And then there's our seats. Look like a stock style seats here. Door trim panels, some front suspension parts, cross member. I'm not exactly sure what that piece is. Maybe part of the steering. I'm not 100% sure. And then there's some springs, parachutes, rear axle pieces there. And then it's got these. Another set of rear axles, so watch your instruction book to see which one this kit version takes. Some big old honking muffs there. Look at those things. Holy smokes. And then we got our engine here. Pretty neat there. There's another, looks like the scooper there if you want to put that on. Our Lenco style transmission. Looks like a big block Chevy engine. High-rise stuff, some parts of the roll bar, nice steering wheel there, header pieces. It's pretty cool. Really nice kit. And then here's our chrome parts. Really nice like centerline style wheels there. Some wheelie bars. Some nice Mickey Thompson valve covers. Those look good. Fan. I'm not exactly sure what this chrome piece here is. Have to find out. They're front and rear bumpers. And these are the taillight pieces. They don't have the red lenses. You'll have to paint those red or use a red Sharpie for the lens on that. And then here's our window glass. It's all one piece. Easy to install. And then our tires. We got 2 of the skinny ones. There's no name on them, but they're really nice detailed tires. And then got 2 rears. Big old fat ones. They got tread on them. Again, no name on them. And then our decal sheet here. We got Innovator, some stripage, Rapid Reaction, Goodyear, the Nova license plate, 1976 for the front. Some Go Fast stickers. Pretty cool. And then here's our book. Let's open that up. A lot of guys like to see the book. which is cool. There's our engine set up there. Got a dual high-rise engine carburetor set up there. Basic fan belt, starter, and our Lenco transmission there. And our roll bar and interior stuff. Pretty easy. Basic stuff here. This is not a difficult kit. It actually goes together very well. I have built this in the past. So this could be a good first kit for somebody that could build. And it will nice and be finished, and you should be proud of it. So I'm going to Googleize some pictures of other disco era Novas and come up with some ideas. So when we come back, we'll get started. So stick with me. All right, gang, I want to bring a possible issue here that I've run across finishing up this Nova. I glued the wheel back to the wheel. Now, the wheel backs are front and rear specific. It says on the tree, front and rear. So these are the rears. I glued them to the wheel. And the problem I'm having, the tire is wider than the wheel. Let me show you. When you put it in, you snap it in there, and I'll see, you push it down like that, and it's so tight, it just pops apart. So I gotta find a way that attach this so it's not sloppy looking and it fits better. So I'll figure out some kind of solution, but I want to bring that to your attention as a little tip as you build yours, all right? Well, all right, it's that time again. That's right, final assembly. Let's take a look at that Nova body. Man, that looks pretty good. I went with the design that was on the side of the box. I thought that looked pretty neat with the black and the red there. And then there's our hood with the big scooper on it. Grill turned out really well. You saw how I put that black on the bumpers with some tape stripe you get at a local auto parts store. And then there's our rear bumper there. And our taillights, our glass, our interior turned out really nice. Like that. And here's our engine and chassis. Big old muffs on there. Pretty neat. And our wheel there for the front. The rear wheels, tires, I didn't like how they went together. The tire itself is too wide for the wheel. I ended up super gluing it to the wheel, which I really didn't like doing because sometimes it ends up being sloppy and it doesn't really have a good finish, at least for my standards. But it is what it is. So that's what you got to work with when if you don't want to change the tires. I recommend a little narrower tire to fit on this. But this is the only tile that comes in the kit. So there's our radiator hose, our radiator support. I also didn't put the fender wells in. Back in the day, they used to take those out to lighten it up. And that's a little trick they used to do for racing. So I went and left mine out. So when we come back, it'll be all finished. So stick with me. Well, here it is, the 1976 Nova PromStreet by AMT. I had a good time with this kit. It has a couple problems, I'm not going to lie to you. We went over the tire problem, and when I was done, final assembly went together really well, except the hood hits the engine. I went over and checked to see if I did anything incorrectly by the instructions. Everything looks okay, so I would recommend on yours, maybe leaving the scoop off or somehow cutting the manifold and lowering the intake a little bit just to clear the hood. That's the only problem I had. It's a race car, so we're going to run it without the hood on it. I left the inner fender wells out. That was a little trick they used to do when they would race these. But it looks pretty neat. It went together pretty good. It's an old tooling, so you got to kind of expect a little bit of issues here and there. But it looks neat, and I think it turned out well. It's a good 70s looking racer. And I'm glad you were able to follow along with me. And until next time, I'm the Autistic Modeler. Happy modeling.